and we could even see some storms, especially as we get to the evening hours. But what I'm seeing this morning is a lot of fog out there. This could be some low-level clouds. You can tell it's not entirely on the surface, but we are seeing some of the fog trying to form because winds are just pretty light this morning. Yesterday, we had similar conditions, but we had a little bit more of a breeze, so that mixed some of the fog out. Now I'm seeing more widespread impaired visibilities, but most of these are still over a mile. Up towards Gulfport and Biloxi in southern Mississippi is where I am seeing some of that denser fog. So if you run into a patch of dense fog, slow down on the roadways. That impaired visibility will make for dangerous driving conditions. But most of the area still seeing over a mile visibility. We're just seeing really warm temperatures to start, and those dew points are really close to the temperatures, which is why we're seeing some of that fog. We do have a breeze from the south, but you can see how slow that gets inland. Most of us in the upper 60s, almost 70 degrees on the South Shore, North Shore. We're in those mid to upper 60s as well. So it's feeling really warm and really humid this morning. But you can see some of this cooler air up here to the northwest. Dallas, 48 degrees right now. We have a spin right here. That's a low pressure system that is going to bring in some cooler air as we go throughout the next 48 hours. But dew points ahead of that, you can see how they're funneling up from the south into parts of the southeast, but mostly staying along the coastal areas where we have these dew points in the 60s and almost 70 degrees. This is going to be fuel for some storms as we go throughout the evening hours today, especially because we have a weather system over here over Texas that's going to approach us. So we see snow on the northern end of this, much cooler temperatures, but we also have some severe thunderstorm activity that's moving through Dallas right now. This is moving to the east. This low is going to continue to track toward us. We also have this rainfall down to the south. You can see the broad upper level pattern here where we have this conveyor belt of moisture. That's going to bring shower chances through the day. Then the storms will come with that surface low. This is all being driven by a big upper level low pressure system. You can see the counterclockwise spin here over parts of New Mexico. But we also have high pressure to the south. This is this clockwise spin. And what I was talking about with this moisture conveyor belt of clouds is between those two features. But where we see severe weather is where the edge of this spin is, that big upper level low. And right now, that's over Texas. You can see here there's diverging air, or those winds are going in different directions, leading to a lot of atmospheric lift. That's going to be over us later today. So tracking that out, you can see the low moves this way. Here's that lift. That's going to be over us late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Then it passes us into the later hours of Monday through Tuesday. That's going to bring cooler air. But before that, we're going to see a chance for some severe storms. So this is a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather today. I'm thinking the severe threat will really start in the late afternoon, early evening, and then not end until these storms move through by very early tomorrow morning. I'm only looking at isolated storms with the potential to be severe because a lot of these are just going to be rain, heavy rain at times, but we could see damaging winds, large hail, and there is a tornado potential as these storms roll through. So I'll show this to you. I'm not confident on these models being able to show the chance for isolated storms in the late afternoon to early evening. You can see it just looks like rainfall, but I do think that any of these little pops of yellow there have the potential to maybe be a stronger storm or two. And you can really kind of see it here by the late evening hours. We see some isolated cells. They just don't do a good job of seeing those cells that are before the cold front. So this is the cold front rain that's going to come through. And multiple models have this outcome where it's kind of building to the east of us with the worst of the storms, but then it back builds over us once this cold front swings through. So we definitely have the chance to see some strong storms by early tomorrow morning, but it very quickly clears out. By about 10, we're clear. Then we're going to see much better conditions for the rest of the day. Temperatures actually will be falling through much of the day on Monday, and then by Tuesday we'll see that sunshine come back out. So rain potential, not incredibly high because they are pretty spotty in nature, but where these streaks line up is what I'm worried about. That could possibly be farther up to the north. So here's the Mardi Gras